Hi. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk a little bit about graphing an equation that looks like a number multiplied by x minus something in the bracket, right? Before we talked about something outside the bracket, now we're talking about something in the bracket, right? So we've already investigated that stuff. But we know that, so first, remember, we want to start with our base parabola, right? So it starts at 0, 0, and then over 1, up 1, over 2, up 4, right? That's our base parabola, over 2, up 4, okay? Now what we want to do is we want to say, okay, our new parabola, this moves it 2 to the right, right? So it's going to take the vertex, move it 2 to the right, and it's going to take all the points. So 1, 1 is there, 1, 1 is there, and then 2, 4 is there, and 2, 4 is there. So there is our new parabola, okay? It looks exactly the same, right? It's just moved over to the right, okay? So all we have to do is figure out what this does to the vertex and then use the step pattern to go from the vertex out and up, okay? Good, so let's try another one. So if we have one that says graph y equals negative 2x plus 1. So first, what is the x? So first, let's look at our regular parabola. It'll go over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1, and then over 2, up 4, right? So all the way up here. Okay, so that's our regular parabola. Okay, now in this case, we're going to do two things, right? First, we're going to move the parabola plus 1, which means 1 to the left. Okay, so there's my new vertex. Okay, now the minus 2 says instead of going over 1, up 1, I'm going to go from the new vertex over to down 2, right? So instead of over 1, up 1, we're going to now multiply that by 2, right? And it's going to go down because it's a negative there, right? So over 1, down 2, over 1, down 2, okay? The next step was 2, 4. Well, now that gets doubled to 2, 8, and we're going to go down because it's negative. So 2, 8, okay? So there's our new parabola, okay? So instead of 1, 1, 2, 4, we're going 1, 2, 2, 8. So we're doubling all the numbers and they're going down because of that minus 1, okay? All right, let's look at one more. Determine the equation. We have our numbers here, okay? So one thing that we could do with this is we could say, okay, well, if I have these points, why don't I plot them and see what happens? So let's plot the points. Negative 4, 8. So negative 4, 8. Negative 3, 2. Negative 3, 2. Negative 2, 0. Negative 2, 0. Negative 1, 2. So negative 1, 2. 0, 8. So 0, 8. And now I can see my parabola. There's another point at 127, but I don't even need to plot that, because I can see my parabola has already taken shape there, okay? So now we have to figure out the equation of that parabola. Well, first of all, you see how the step pattern, right? When I went over 1, I went up 2, right? So that means that the a value is 2. So I'm going to start with 2, right? And the other part is I've moved the parabola to the left by 2. So what does that mean is the number in the bracket? Well, it's x. And remember, to move something to the left 2, it has to be plus 2. Okay, so there's our equation. So we can just look at the chart, plot the numbers, and get an equation that we need. Okay, all right, that's it for today.